hear my dog in the background.
That's all right. Bosh, we're back. Squeeze the neck. Back again at 21st century combat, right? I said gym last time, I think. But with my mate, Joe Turner. Thanks for doing this, mate.
Thank you for having me.
So we keep bumping into each other, don't we, lately? I saw you here last time, the O2 the other night. But you're more than just a face to float about. You do a bit of martial arts yourself. So I won't introduce you. You introduce yourself, mate. What's your background? What do you do?
My name is Joe Turner. I am a Muay Thai fanatic. I work for the company Payback TV, which is a worldwide streaming platform. We stream all sorts of fight shows, MMA, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, you name it, we do it. I also interview fighters. I also run Muay Thai Hub, Kickboxing Hub, MMA Hub, Boxing Hub.
There you go.
I coach here at 21st Century as well. I've been fighting since I can remember. I think I started when I was 11. I'm 24 now. I've had 53 fights. I've been to Thailand. I've fought all over the world at professional level. I'm a 2-time European champion. I think I've got most of it.
At the grand old age of 24, by the way. So we'll revisit this through the years, I'm sure, because we're going to be around each other a lot on shows. As it happens, we're the same age, wink, wink, when that camera comes on. But you're 24, you said, right? Started fighting at 11. Where are you from originally, mate?
Oh, Woking.
Woking?
Yeah, I'm a Woking boy, born and bred. I've never left Surrey.
I played at Woking Stadium once. That's a bit of a trip. Yeah, so like when you're playing like, I use the word semi-pro loosely as a footballer, as a youth team player in a semi-pro team. So like, I wasn't getting paid, was I?
I used to play football myself as well.
Oh yeah? We'll get into that. But Woking was the big day out. Woking was like, and it was a funny night because we was actually, I don't know if you know how their academies run, going way off topic here, but their academy at the time was like full time. So they was like treated like a pro team. So we got beat at home. I was playing for Molesey, by the way, at the time. We got beat at home 4-0. And then we went to their place. We went 4-0 down, come back to 4-2, and we had a resurgence, and it looked like it was on keeper. You know you are. Made a howler, and they ended up beating us 6-2. But there you go. That's. I'm over it. It was only about 20 years ago. I'm over it. But anyway, back to you, mate. You're from Woking originally. Tell us how you got into martial arts and whatnot, and football, for that matter.
Yeah, I've played football. The standard British lad. Yep. I've played football since I could.
Yep.
It was
we all have, right? Yeah.
It was kind of, you went to school, you played football during your breaks and stuff like that. I played for the local team. I was a goalkeeper.
Really?
Yeah.
Due to your massive size, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm only 5'7", but yeah. I had quite good reflexes, and I was good at it. You know when you're at school and someone's got to go and goal and this, that, and the other. Right. I did it one day, and I was just really good in goal. I enjoyed it, and having someone, and this also links to my fighting as well. Having someone go, that was wicked, mate. That feeling stuck. And being a goalkeeper, every time I made a save, I got that feeling. Mm-hmm. And everyone was going like, well done, mate, that was sick.
Well, you doing that to me now was the first time that's ever happened in my life, so
really?
we might have to do it again.
Yeah. No, it was that.
Tell me a wicked joke.
I started playing football, and then I started being picked on when I was 11. And it was just the typical like sob story, really. I just had these 3 kids at school that was just taking the mick out of me all the time. They were pushing me about. And I hated confrontation.
Is this secondary school? We're just in secondary school.
This is primary school.
Still in primary school.
I was just about to go into secondary school. So I was 11 in my last year of primary school. And I hated confrontation. I still do. I'm very uncomfortable when it kicks off kind of thing. I hate having that when everything kicks off, people start swinging and even someone shouting at me. It's just that uncomfortable situation where I don't know what to do. Do I run? Do I fucking face it? Do I sit there and freeze? I had a habit of just letting people walk all over me. And my mum and dad are very traditional in terms of if someone picks on you, you punch them in the nose as hard as you can. They're never going to do it again.
I'll tell you what, just to stop you there, it's quite encouraging to hear because of how young you are. Because like you're the sort of half, not a generation younger than me, but half a generation, right? And I think that generation sometimes can be go and tell the teacher club, can't they? Do you know what I mean? So that's encouraging to hear, but sorry, I cut you off.
How I've been raised was you don't tell the teachers about it because the teachers are going to do fuck all. I'm not sure if I need to. I'm allowed to
say what you like on here, mate.
The teachers are going to do nothing.
Right.
So I was taught you need to hit these bullies in the face as hard as you can, whether you take
old school, son. Old school.
Whether you take a beating after it or not. If you constantly keep putting up a fight, they're not gonna carry on picking on you. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I didn't have the guts to clench my fist and just smack. And then Shin Kick Muay Thai was local to me. My cousin was training there at the time.
Are they still about, Shin Kick?
Yeah, Shin Kick Muay Thai.
Shout out Shin Kick.
Legendary gym. It's still like a second home to me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. That's where most of my career was forged. But Jesse Saunders trained numerous champions. He's the one championship referee now.
Okay.
So he's a very credible coach and bloke, just in general.
Is this the guy that's here with the tattoos that I've met?
No, Jesse's gym is in.
Who's the guy I've met here?
You're probably talking about Dave.
Dave.
He's the head coach, my coach.
Sorry, Dave, we've met a few times. I'm terrible with names.
My coach down here, again, Dave's a referee as well. But Dave was also coached, not solely by Jesse, but at one point Jesse was Dave's coach.
Right,
That's how I met Dave.
I see.
I hated confrontation. Mum and Dad were like, you'll go into shin kick, you'll go into that gym. I didn't know what Muay Thai was, didn't have a clue. To me, it was like just a sport, and I went there and I hated it, absolutely hated it. Like, why would I like being punched? Why would I like being kicked? And I was shit. I was so shit. But a friend of mine, one of my best friends still to this day, was doing it with me, Cam, and we were in the same year at school. And again, it was I do Muay Thai. It was like that pat on the back that someone gave me. And I got thrived off having the street cred of doing Muay Thai. And I kept doing it as a kid, and it was almost this is Joe, he does Muay Thai. That had it for me.
Right.
And then I did an interclub. For those of you that don't know what an interclub is, it's a non-decision bout. You can't win, you can't lose. But you go up against another complete stranger, and your coach is in your corner, and there's a referee. It's very off license, let's say. You can't.
And for guys, sorry to cut in, just for guys, I've said this before on here. Also, it's the equivalent in like amateur boxing, which was my background. You'd call it a skills bout. So for anyone that comes from amateur boxing background, same. So
you can't win, you can't lose. It takes away that pressure of winning and losing. And if someone's getting battered, you can ask them to calm down. This, that, and the other. As a kid, that is a massive deal. Like,
I had to as a kid. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. It's a massive deal. And I got fucking battered. I was this 11-year-old kid. I was really chubby as well when I started. I got battered and I cried my eyes out in my mum's arms. And I remember thinking, I hate this. I can't do it. And I was so uncomfortable. But I still enjoyed the training because I was with my mate.
Right.
So I carried on doing it. And then my coach went, have another one. I promise you it's not going to be as bad as the first one. And I did it, and I got the better of the kid that I was doing it with. And yes, I didn't win, I didn't lose, because you can't.
But you know, right?
Being better than that person, and then I come out and I had everyone going, mate, that was sick, well done, this, that, and the other. I went to school the other day, I had a fight, didn't I? Obviously, as a kid, now I cringe when people say they have a fight and they do an interclub, because I'm older and I know that they're not fights. But when I was younger, it was like I'm the man. Like that feeling of like, yeah, fuck you, I've just done something that not many people can do or have the bollocks to do. And I absolutely thrived off that feeling.
Right.
Having someone pat you on the back and knowing that I'd done something that many couldn't. And I was hooked, mate. I was a right teacher's pet. Like, in terms of, I made sure I timed my runs so my coach would see me come in to give me that pat on the back. Like, I still did the work and I worked my fucking arse off. I was obsessed and I was fighting all the time, but I thrived off having someone go, well done. And it was the respect that I gained socially that had me hooked on fighting. I fucking hated fighting, absolutely hated it. And my story is completely different to everyone else's, because I've never met someone that's had so many fights that I've had and still thinks the same about it. I did it 50 odd times. And it never got any easier and it never got any more enjoyable. I hated fighting, hated it. But that brought me back every time.
Right. So when you say you hated fighting, is it more the build up to it? Like when you're in there, I'm assuming you still don't.
No, I absolutely loved the build up.
Oh, right, okay.
Posting on Instagram, people buying tickets, people buying Team Turner t-shirts, all of that. Like, mate, I thrive off it. And I know that sounds very selfish, but I've thought about it long enough to know and be honest with myself of why I did it. Like, it was the respect, it was this, that, and the other. And as soon as I got in there, I couldn't wait to get out.
Right.
Hated fighting.
Really?
But getting out and knowing I was good at it through the years of just grafting. I love training, so I got good at it.
Right.
And I just, mate, I just couldn't stop.
And I can tell you're in love with, like the other night when we were speaking, like we were chatting away and you said you was 24 and whatnot. And for me, I went, because we're at a boxing show, right? It's not Muay Thai. I was thinking more, like, is this sort of, do you want to go into MMA and whatever? You went, no, I love Muay Thai. I was like, all right, he loves Muay Thai. But so, like, for you, at what point did you go, like, fuck me, I want to do this forever? Was that straight away, pretty much, like you said, after your first sort of, we call it a win in your club?
It was, I was doing well. And it was I was always the first one in and the last one out. And I was just hooked.
Right.
It was the again, it was the pat on the back that I was being given, going, well done, mate, you're on the right path.
Nice.
Like, you're going to be a good bloke when you're like you're a good kid. Like, being told that and having someone give me that pat on the back, I thrived off it. And it was the feeling of knowing I was doing what other people couldn't.
Right.
That's what made me think, yeah, I'm going to fucking do this forever.
Nice.
Like, I thought I had my first Bear Shin fight when I was just before I turned 16.
And what age did you have your first actual fight, like scored bout?
I was 12.
12. So a kid, baby, innit? Yeah.
Yes, it was my one and only K1 fight. I'm undefeated in K1.
K1. Shout out to K1.
My one and only K1 fight, and I won it. And again, it was that feeling of, holy shit, I've just beaten someone,
Right.
like quite physically beaten them.
Yeah.
And that pat on the back, like they were showing it off at school, and my mum was posting about it on Facebook saying how proud she was of her son. I hated it, but it was that feeling of like everyone's proud of me,
Yeah.
and it just drove me back every
Right.
time. And then as a kid, mate, you're fighting fully padded, so
Right.
I was fighting every
Elbows and all sorts.
So no, you don't even
You don't
throw
throw
elbows.
elbows,
Don't
right,
even throw
course,
elbows.
right.
You can't get hit in the head. You can't throw elbows. You can't kick.
You can't get hit in the head
no,
at all.
as a kid,
Right.
in Muay Thai, it's 16.
Is that how it went?
16
Right.
to do head contact.
Because I tell you what, my first, on that, my first ever martial art I did was Muay Thai when I was similar age, like 11 or whatever. Shout out Asterix Gym in Eastbourne, that was. But they, I don't think we sparred, I think we sparred separate. I think from memory, it's a long time ago, obviously. I think we sparred boxing, punching to the head, just boxing, and then we'd spar, like kicking to the legs and doing all the other stuff. Is that sort of standard or not?
Obviously, like I said, I was taught by Jesse, and Jesse's kind of across the board, like the best gyms in the country, like Muay Thai wise. They don't allow kids to be hit in the head until they're 16. And
Not hitting the head
no,
at
that's
all,
because
right.
of the brain development.
Right.
So your brain stops developing when you're 16 or around about that age. So across the most shows in the country that are a high standard
Good,
in
isn't
Muay
it?
Thai,
I like that.
they will not allow juniors to fight unless they're over 16 to the head.
Right.
But saying that, you've still got those thin foam shin pads, and you're getting your legs battered. Your the
leg
clinch
kick's
work,
not fun, is
the
it? Fuck me.
sweeps, and it's just that ring experience. And the standard of juniors in the UK is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because we're fighting so often. Like the kids I train down here, like the fight team down here is unreal. But Joseph, Jamie, my little sister trains. They're begging me to fight,
Really?
and they're never injured because they're padded.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just that. By the time I was 15, 16, I'd already had about 30, 40 fights. So I was just fighting so often.
Yeah, which is massive, isn't it? Like, and you said to me the other night as well, like you turned pro at 16. Is that did I hear that right?
Yeah, literally, I was fighting Pro-Am as soon as I turned 16.
Right.
Like,
And what's Pro-Am for anyone who doesn't know?
Pro-Am is full Thai rules with elbow pads.
Right.
And because I was
Okay.
so young, they just wouldn't let me have the bare elbow. But saying that, I did fight in Thailand when I was 16
And that's bare
against
elbow.
a 30-odd-year-old Thai in a field.
Gosh, that's a life experience for you. Put
It
hairs on
was,
your chest.
mate, it was. I got my fucking eye socket cracked.
And what's your mum and dad saying? Like you're fighting in Thailand? They encouraging that?
I
They
think
like
they
fucking hell,
were.
Joe.
I think they were just happy that I wasn't going out.
Or did they realise the extent of it? Did they realise what you're getting into?
I sugarcoated it slightly.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But
yeah.
it was. I think they were just happy that I wasn't another teenager going out smoking weed and getting pissed every
Yeah,
weekend.
right.
Because I didn't, mate. I was going to house parties. Don't get me wrong, but I was sitting there sipping coconut water because I had a
you
fight.
use that guy? Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember it still to this day. I was fought a guy called Carl Tanyan who's absolutely killing it in Thailand right now, knocking the Thais out at Rajadam Stadium. I fought him when I was 16. And I got flown over to Ireland, and I was fighting in Beshin, and I was just left school.
And how old is he when you're 16?
We were the same age.
Oh, right,
and
okay,
he
yeah.
was a fucking animal.
Yeah.
But I was sat at his house party sipping coconut water.
Right. Good on you. Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it because I was like, no, fuck you lot, I'm doing what none of you can do.
Yeah,
None of you can do this. So I thrived off it.
Do you drink now, or are you teetotaler?
I drink now, yeah.
You are?
Like I haven't fought since December, and I'm not fighting till, well, that dog is doing my nutting.
Do you know what? Don't worry, because they probably can't hear it. They probably think you're hearing things. You've been punched in the head too much.
So yeah, it was just that feeling of like I'm doing what you ain't, and man, I was hooked.
Yeah, that's cool though, isn't it? And when you say pro, are you getting paid at this point? Are you? At
Yeah,
16?
my first pay slip, I was 16. I fought a 24-year-old bloke, and I fought him in Essex on his home show on a amateur boxing show.
All right.
I was the only Thai boxing fight on the card. They had to get other officials to come in because the boxing judges didn't know what Muay Thai was. And I fought him and I beat him in his hometown, and that was a bit of a because...
and he was 24?
Yeah.
So you're 24 now. Imagine you got beat by a 16-year-old. That's hard to take, isn't it?
He sold out the venue. And I was a 16-year-old kid that was running around going like, yeah! And I was being booed. There were people throwing their drinks in the ring.
Did you look like a man at 16?
No.
Or did you look like
Mate, this saves me. This
saves me.
I was going
to say, because you look young now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was a baby.
Right.
But I was so technically, because I'd had so many junior fights, I was so technically up there. I didn't have man strength, don't get me wrong, but my technique made up for it.
I'll make up for it, yeah. Big
and I beat this lad in front of his home crowd, and my coach at the time was like, "We got to go, mate. Like you're gonna get we're gonna have a riot kick off in a minute. Like you got to go."
Where was this in Essex?
It was
this a Brentwood Centre by
Circus Tavern.
Circus Tavern. Okay.
It was a strip club, and I was a 16-year-old boy.
Okay.
That didn't know what was, I don't know, it was just a really like kind of amateur show.
Well, like the only reason that I said was it the Brentwood Centre, because I've been over there, which is the same part of the world, I'm assuming, like Brentwood, Essex, and I've been there when it kicked off, and it kicks off. Do you know what I mean? That's like you're grateful you ain't got women and kids with you. Do you know what I mean? It's like you want your proper mates around you at that point, because anyone who was there that night we're talking about is a pro boxing show, but quite a sort of entry level. One of my I can't remember who was fighting that night. Someone might be able to help me out, but one of my amateur club mates who's turned pro and was probably 3 or 4 fights in. He was fighting on this, so it was that kind of level of show. And it was, yeah, mate, when I say it kicked off, you know, so it was good times in Essex, shout out Brentwood. But sorry, I cut you off, mate. I went on a rant about my own story there, but you was fighting in Essex Circus Tavern, you had to get out lively.
Yeah, I was fighting Besham when I was 16, and again, I was obsessed with it. I was in the gym every day. I'd quite literally run to the gym every day, because I wasn't driving, so I was only a kid. So,
what weight was you at this age, 16?
Mate, I've literally gone from, I fight at 57, 58 now.
Still do,
yeah. I walk around at 74.
I was going to say, you're a lot heavier than that now,
I do big cuts. But back then when I was a kid, I was fighting 51, 53, 54, 55.
You cut much weight, or is this just...
No, when I was a kid, when I was 16, I had no knowledge of what to do whatsoever, but I ran and trained so much, I was skin and bone.
always like, yeah, right.
Mate, all I did was train.
Right.
I was obsessed with. I didn't really have a social life when I was a kid, because I was just obsessed with being that guy.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, I've got to be the guy. I've got to be the guy that all the kids go, that's where, or that having the coach point to me and go, that's where I want the kids to be like, and having kids' parents that I was training going like, you want to be like Joe. Like that was what I thrived off.
Yeah. Was you the special kid in the gym, so to speak? Because like we've all been in gyms where there's a handful of guys that you look at and you go, he's tasty, you know? Was you that? You weren't that kid?
I had fuck all talent whatsoever.
Really?
I don't have any talent, and it actually might make me sound like a bit of a knob for saying this, but it annoys me when people say I'm talented, because I think it neglects the 13 years of training every day that I've done.
Yeah, no, I can understand
because like I said, I was a kid that couldn't put his fist together and throw a punch. I was that kid. I didn't start the sport and the coach go, he's talented, he's really good. I was shit.
Right.
No one gave me any attention, so I forced that attention. I got there early and I stayed late, and I showed the coaches that I fucking wanted it.
Right.
And I trained my absolute arse off every day. I tried to do what all the other kids couldn't do, and if all the kids were tired and couldn't run, I'd go for a fucking run. I'm doing what all the other lot, and it was the competition in me that was like, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Like I have to prove to everyone that I can do this. And yeah, mate, I just fought and fought and fought. I had no talent, no techers, no strength, no seeing red in me. I had none of that. Yeah. And I just forced it out. Yeah. I forced it.
It just shows you though, doesn't it? If you can go from that to like 2-time, you said European champion, right?
Yeah,
like that, you know, that shows a lot, doesn't it? Because in combat, I think more than any other sport, and some people might argue, but I think in combat sports, both from just logic and experience myself, is like, that will take you a long way, won't it? Hard work can get you to the dance, sort of thing.
You've just got to be committed and just carry on. It sounds so cliche. But
it's true.
You've just got to carry on turning up and putting 110% in.
And do you know what? I've got a theory. Go on, sorry to cut you off.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of fighters or a lot of people that I see train, and they go, I'm turning up every day and I'm not getting any better, but they'll hit pads like it's 20%.
Yeah, right.
Fucking hit them pads.
When you train, right? I believe in that.
When I fight and stuff, and I'm talking about myself, but the good fighters, see any high level fighter, and I mean fucking top level, when they're fighting, they don't leave the gym unless they're barely walking out of it.
Right.
Like, they are fucked.
Yeah.
That's what makes them great.
Yep.
Like, you see people that are skipping out of the gym and training camp's been a breeze. My training camps are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
they have to be, don't
they? That's what makes you good. Like, you've got to have that bite in you to go, like, I'm putting everything I've got into this.
Yeah.
And I just did. I had that. Whether I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have that natural ability to bite down a fight.
Right.
I forced my technique to be so good, I can fight someone that is a killer.
Yeah.
And be technically better than them and technically outclass them.
Yes, you
But
can.
I wasn't that knockout artist. I'm not that guy.
Right.
But I would take the piss out of you and flick you in the arse with my foot. Like, I'd wind you up, and that's how I'd win my fights.
Right. But so what? I think where you stick at it, the reason I think it works a lot more in fighting, be interesting to see what you think about this with your experience, is I think because in fighting sports, there's not such a stereotypical body type, if you like. Whereas if I said to you, think of a basketball player, think of a tennis player, think of a jockey or a footballer, there's a kind of a body type, not everyone, but there is a body type in mind that works best for them sports. Whereas fighting, it doesn't really matter. You could be short and stocky, tall, long. You can make it work if you're tricky enough. Aaron Devenue, I think I said his name right, who's been on the podcast, Mr. Enigma, if I butchered your
Daddy
name,
Longlegs, I call him.
Yeah, there you go, that'll do. And Derek a lot, butchered his fucking name as well. Sorry, Derek.
The overhand king.
Right, but them two fight in the same weight division. They couldn't be more opposite in terms of build, right?
Oh, the polar opposites.
Do you know what I mean? And they can make
Polar
it work.
opposites.
They're both champions in the same weight as well. And I did say that, right? Yeah, they're in the same weight. They fight. They're both English champions at the same level, different organisation. Blah blah blah. Watch the episodes, guys. But that's proof to. I don't think a body type matters as much as long as you know how to use it. If Derek was trying to fight like Aaron or vice versa, probably not going to go well for him. But you know, they found their way, haven't they?
There's pros and cons to both. Like,
There
you
is,
look at, like I said, Aaron Devenue, he's about 6'4", and the bloke's hips are like up here. Like, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
And it works so well with him because you can't get near the bloke.
Yeah.
Whereas Derek is a shorter, stockier version who's just loves throwing overhands and getting in your face. Like, that geezer will knock you out if you give him 5 seconds of time.
Right.
Like, whereas Aaron's away, back foot, flick, 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 spinning heel kick, drop, like, knee. Like, they're polar opposites in fighting styles, shapes, everything. Even their mentality is very different as well.
Is it? Okay.
When Derek fights, he wants to knock you out.
Yeah, okay.
When Aaron fights, he wants to flick you, keep you away from him. I reside to Aaron a little bit more regarding my fighting style. Like, it's just having that advantage or disadvantage.
But I think the magic is knowing what you are, right? Like, not kidding yourself.
Acknowledging.
Like, not. You just said it. You're not that guy. Like, why would you come forward and plod forward and bang? That ain't for you.
I haven't got that killer in my head.
Exactly. But knowing that, I think, is the magic. It's not the physical body because, as we said, any physical body can work if you use it right. But there's a lot of people, they don't get very far. But we've all know people that, I punch really hard, mate. And it's like, all right, mate, cool. But you don't. And then you get in there and you're sparring, you get your head jabbed off. It's not the right way to do it and approach, but you know, we could talk around that all day. But with like turning pro so young, what's the process with that? Are you just like, I'm a pro now, that's that, or is there quite a long process?
So Muay Thai, there's no like commission board or anything like that.
That's what I'm getting
Your
at,
coach says you're good enough, you do it.
Right, okay.
That's literally it. Like, I worked my way up. I started fighting as a junior, like you said, no head contact, padded, belly shield, everything. And then it went to 14, you fight non-head contact without a belly shield. Then you turn, actually, this is before the 16-year-old rule kind of came into place. It was kind of what opportunity came up. I remember I was 13, 14, and there was an opportunity come up for a K1 fight in Malta. And that was supposed to be Muay Thai in Malta, and I was 13, and I wasn't even training head contact at the time because it was kind of frowned upon.
Right.
But it was a great opportunity, and the research with the brain health when you're a kid and this, that, it wasn't really out. No one really knew about it being a bad idea. Like, everyone kind of thought as soon as you're kind of a teenager kind of thing, you're all right, go on, you'll have a punch up at school kind of thing. So flown over to Malta, and then they changed the rules of the fight to fucking kickboxing, whatever it was. You couldn't catch legs, you couldn't clinch, you couldn't... They wanted me to wear trousers, which I am not doing.
No trousers around here.
Not doing.
First team all short.
Yeah, like I said, that was the process, and it was just we're fighting head contact. So then it was like that, and then I came back to the UK, wasn't fighting head contact, and then it was like up, down, up, down, up, down, and then just before I turned 16, my coach was like, there's a really good opportunity here, let's take the shinnies off. And then I fought that lad Pro-Am, which again, you're allowed to knee him in the face, so that was another step up. And the only reason I did that is because I was a 15, just before I turned 16, lad that was offered 100 quid.
Yeah.
So I was like, mate, it's 100 quid, I'm doing
I'm
that.
rich,
like,
yeah.
Mate, that was like, That was sick. Like being paid to fight. Like what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was mental. And I did that, and then you can't kind of, once you take the shinies off, you don't want to put them back on. So I just kept them off. And then I went to Thailand. And there is only one rule in Thailand.
Yeah, they fight properly from the start. I say properly, you know what I mean? They fight full rules.
Whether you're 4 years old or 30 years old, there's only Muay Thai is Muay Thai.
Yeah.
You fight bare shin with elbows and that's it. So I did that, and then when I come back, I was like, well, I'm not fucking going back to that now.
Right. Okay.
So I was fighting A class, professional Muay Thai at 16.
That's mad. Do you think the process of going through that, like limiting rules, slightly more, less protection, all that kind of stuff, do you think that helps you develop?
Yeah.
I do, because like from the outside, that sounds like the obvious, that's going to make you better as you get older.
Like junior-wise, my most experienced junior at the moment that I train's Joseph. Joseph's had about 15 fights, he's 13.
Yeah.
So when he's an adult, he's made that walk. By the time he's an adult, he's going to have made that walk 30, 40 times.
Right, yeah.
He's listened to a ref 30, 40 times.
Right.
He's listened to a corner team. He knows my voice. I watch him spar, I'll go right teep, boom, does it straight away. That IQ, you cannot learn by doing anything else.
Right.
You can't just naturally have that IQ. That's the benefit. Like, and I think that's what massively helped me growing up through the ranks. By the time I was 16, I had loads of fights.
Right.
I'd already listened to my corner team.
That's big, that walking out shit, like with a crowd. That's the fucking nervous part. Like, if you're getting in there to fight, like for the most part, especially anyone that gets to any level whatsoever, you ain't scared of getting hit. That's you do that on a fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the first time you're in that change room. That's a bit of a ooh, here we go. And not just the first time, every fucking time. Yeah.
It's dealing with that fucking adrenaline dump as well.
Yeah.
Oh mate, that's what made me hate fighting. Oh my god, it's horrible.
Yeah. What are you like in the change room? Because from what you're saying, I'm assuming
a fucking
you're
nightmare.
a mess, right?
I'm an absolute nightmare. So actually, you can ask Dave. You can even ask Derek. Derek cornered me for my last fight.
Did he?
And so Aaron, very jokey. Georgia. Down here, one of the UK ranked girls at the moment. Georgia's fucking brilliant.
Right.
Mate, she's popping out jokes just before she's walking out. Damn. I'm back in the changing room going, mate, I've had so many fights and every fight never gets easier. Yeah. I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't do it. Still, and like everyone around me, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like I'm panicking. And I had to get a mindset coach for my last fight. I just, because that's what made me, I officially retired a year and a half ago.
At the grand old age of what, 22, 23?
23, and because I was like, I can't fucking deal with these nerves anymore, man.
That's fucking mental, that, isn't it, hearing that?
And then I stopped fighting, and I lasted a year.
Right.
And I was like, I need to fight.
Okay.
Once you go from an adrenaline dump that high, you can't compare it to anything else.
And who was the mindset coach? Can you mention it or not? Is it secret?
Yeah, Rob Howarth or Holdsworth.
Okay.
And he was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It was fucking brilliant. He just made me, he was like, look, you're never going to get rid of your nerves, it's how you deal with them. And he was like, what are you scared of? And I was like, I'm a coach. The kids expect me to be a superhero and do all these great things and this, that and the other, and it's the pressure.
Yeah.
And I built so much pressure up.
Yeah.
And it was dealing with that pressure, and it was so cool. It was so cool, and it taught me loads of stuff and tricks I do with the fighters that I teach now. Mate, I highly recommend mindset coaching.
That's really funny. I don't know if you're aware of who Vinny Shawman is.
Vinny Shawman? Yeah, I know Vinny Shawman.
Vinny's been on. Oh, you know him. He's been on here. Yeah, shout out Vinny, mate. I've mentioned this before, so if I'm boring a bit, we'll deal with it. But he's. When I was sitting with him, chatting with him, he said like the common thing is fighters come to him and they say, "Oh, I'm nervous. I'm doing this and that." And if I'm butchering it, Vinny, you tell me off, mate. But he said, well, I say don't do it then. And they go, like, it gets their back up. And he said that sort of was like the starting point. And again, if I'm butchering it, please help me. But like something along those lines. And I thought it was really interesting because he basically just stuck it back on them, like, well, don't do it then. Yeah. And that changes their whole kind of like demeanour towards it. Because they want to do it, of course they do. But they just, in that moment, they don't want to do it. We've all been in change rooms. I think for anyone who's ever fought in any combat has been in a change room somewhere. And it's like, fuck this, don't want to do this.
I think it's helped me a lot more as a coach because I'm in that corner every weekend.
Right.
Like I understand and I'm calming people down every weekend. Yeah. Like quite literally, I was backstage this weekend. I was backstage the weekend before that. Like it's one of those as well. And I preach to people: if you're not 100%, you shouldn't be doing it. Whereas you've done the camp, you fight day, you're getting your hands taped up, thinking fuck. It's that acknowledgement of we've been here before. I know I'm safe. I know I'm going to be okay. Your mind's racing, and it's the constant feeling of I don't know what's going to happen. That's what scares people.
Of course,
it's the unknown. Yeah. Everyone's scared of the unknown. Whereas if you're almost content with whatever could happen and you've done your best, so what fucking get on with it.
Yeah. Your opponent feels the same anyway, doesn't he? The opponent's in the other change room down the hallway, just as scared as you are. And I think it's important to, maybe not important to know at the time because you've got a lot going on in your brain, but like sitting here now, if me and you have got a fight in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, it's all part of the journey, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You're going to be nervous anyway.
Why are you nervous now? You're not fighting in 10 minutes, are you?
Exactly.
So like, just get on with it. Like, don't get me wrong, when you're like, oh, fucking hell, yeah, oh, mate, it's coming up, clock's ticking.
Yeah.
But on fight day, that's when you need to be nervous. But like, you need to probably start getting nervous about an hour before the fight.
Yeah.
And you need to be nervous. Yeah. And if you ain't nervous, you're not going to have adrenaline.
Right.
Without your adrenaline, you're fucked.
Yeah, yeah, right.
You need adrenaline.
You don't want to be sleepy in there. You don't want to be calm.
Exactly. And I've had that as well. I've had it before where I'm like, I'm not nervous. Why am I not nervous? And I've panicked and it fucked the fight for me.
Did it, yeah.
Like, I've had that before. Like, and that's where the experience comes in, where you're fighting all the time. So I've had every card dealt with me. I've been moved on earlier in the card last minute. I've had it where fucking I've broke my foot in the first round of a fight. Like, I've had every situation happen to me, and it helps
and you're
massively.
still only 24, and the future's like, you've got, literally, I mean, in this day and age, if you look after yourself, you've got 15 years if you want it left, don't you? Plus, probably more. Do you know what I mean? The fight show we was at the other night, Shane Mosley was top of the bill, 53. Like, literally old enough to be my dad. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know, I think he's got a grandkid, hasn't he? He is actually a granddad.
I'm not too sure.
I think he is a granddad, Shane. I feel I'm aging you, Shane. Tell me off, please, but don't punch me. But he's, you know, still out there and looked fresh, looked fit, you know. He looked older, of course, but like, for a 53-year-old,
that bloke got hands, man.
Mate, when you're up close to him like that, I saw him on the pads a couple of days before as well, and he, that right hand is no joke. That right hand is like, yeah, he still bombs on you. And they say the power's last thing to go, whether it is or ain't. With him, it certainly ain't gone. But like with you now, you've had a bit of a break. You said December was your last fight. What's the reason behind that?
So, again, like I said, I retired.
Yeah. Oh, is that going on now? Is it? That's current.
No. It's like the worst retirement in history. Everyone keeps saying it to me, like. But I learned that I can't live without that rush.
Right.
But it was the maturity and the time that I took out, and especially the coaching as well. I delve into, why do I fight? Why do I do it? Because I hate doing it, so why do I do it? And I just realised over time, I don't need to fight all the time. Don't need to do it.
No.
Like, I grew up being told, and I preach this to all of my fighters, you want to be an active fighter and you want to be the best, you have to fight anyone that I put in front of you. If you trust me, you will fight anyone, and you want to fight all the time, as active as you can be, every couple of weeks, get them fights booked in. I don't want that. I genuinely, when I was younger, I had that dog in me, like that fire, to be the best, to fight anyone. I had that. Whereas now, I don't give a shit. Right. That's my honest answer. There's always going to be a bigger fish, and I've realised that as I've got older. There's always a bigger fish. No matter how good you get, there's always someone that, oh, that'll be a good fight for you. Like, and you're 50 fights in, you've beaten it. You're 50 fights in, you've beaten everyone in front of you, this, that, and the other. There's always going to be another guy that's coming up, or a new prodigy that wants to call you out. And I've realised that, mate, I don't give a shit about world titles. I did when I was younger, I don't now. The rankings, I'm ranked number 5 in the country, and I'm very grateful for that. Please don't take me out. But
make him number 4.
not overly bothered. That's not a current goal of mine. I'm very happy once a year to scratch that itch.
Sorry, them guys, they want to come in. Do you want to tell them they can come in?
Guys, you can come in.
Come in, don't let us stop you. Come in. Please, don't let us kick you out.
I'm very happy once a year to scratch that itch.
Oh, is that right?
Sell
Okay.
a shitload of tickets.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what I want.
But you see where you're European champion twice, right? Is there a part of you that goes, I need a world title? You just said there isn't, but is there not a part of you that feels like if you got to the end and you didn't win one?
Don't get me wrong, it'd be fucking lovely. It'd be really nice. Yeah. But that's not like a... I must. Because I know there's always going to be another world champion after me, before me, and probably at the same time as me on a different organisation.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me.
Right.
It doesn't. Whereas I now being a coach, working for Payback TV, I'm at fight shows all the time, and I'm in fact probably in front of the cameras now more than I ever was when I was fighting.
And if you never had another fight sat here now, would you be content? It seems like you'd be content. I don't mean, sorry, let me reword that. It doesn't feel like you'd be content not fighting anymore, because it seems like you definitely want to fight. But in terms of what you've achieved, are you content with that?
I've done enough.
That's what I'm getting at, that's the way to put it.
And I have. I've done enough. I've fought A-class. I've fought in MMA gloves. I've done 5 threes in MMA gloves for my first European title.
Wow. Where was that? What organisation was that?
In Red Hill. It was on the 21st Century Show.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they flew a cage fighter over who was a fucking animal. And he smashed my nose to bits.
And what's his name?
What's his name?
Oh no.
Dominic Casca.
Okay, cool.
And he was a killer, man. He was an absolute killer, and he elbowed my face off.
Right.
And we had a great fight. So I've done Muay Thai and MMA gloves. I've fought in Thailand. I've fought all over the world.
So you have done it a lot, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
I've done the junior system. I've fought as a teenager. I've done everything.
Mate, let's get your world title and you've completed the set. For fuck's sake, bro.
So I've done everything but
and I want to squeeze the neck on your shorts.
So it's like, for me, it's like I'm just content. Like, considering when I started, I had no intention of fighting.
But that is a nice place to
whatsoever.
be, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That is a really nice
I'm
place
genuinely content with where I've done, what I've done, and where I'll be. And like I said, considering when I started, I couldn't think of anything worse than fighting. So to achieve what I've done with the natural genetics and natural personality that I have.
Here's my thing, and not to speak for you, obviously, but like, do you not think like when you're 50 and it's all said and done, like you're obviously good enough because you've got 2 European titles and you've done it since a kid and blah, blah, blah. Is there, if you got to 50, do you not think you might go, fuck, I should have pursued that world title?
That's why I came back.
It is, okay, cool, okay.
That's why I fought in December. That's why I'll probably fight at the end of the year again.
Okay.
Like, it's because I am scared of that what if. Like, if I've got a horrendous FOMO. Bad. Like, I've got to be in that limelight. I have to.
Come on.
But then that's where my job kind of killed the limelight for me in terms of my fighting. Because I was interviewing fighters. I was going to a fight show and I'd interview 30 fighters. And I was in every interview because I'm the one talking to them.
Yes.
And I'm still getting people recognise me. I get recognised more now for Payback TV than fighting.
Right.
So for me, that kind of killed it. And I think that's when I was like, I don't need to fight anymore. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to retire.
Right.
And then that's where I missed that adrenaline dump. I missed that fucking...
And also, you ain't really got to make a decision, have you? Like a set decision. You can do what you like, right?
Like I said, I can do what I like. Right. I can fight once a year. Yeah. I don't have someone go, oh, you ain't fought in 2 years, can't fight anymore.
Right. And I'm assuming you're at a level in terms of contacts as well as just ability that you can call someone up and go, listen, I want to fight in 3 months, 2 months.
Jeremy Bailey, the gentleman who I work with, is Ronin Fighting Championships. Huge show. That's absolutely killing it.
Right.
21st Century Fighting Championship. I've got all these shows around me. I don't want to go up north and fight a young prospect for 400 quid. That's my like, why would I do that?
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, cut 13 kilos. I walk around at 74.
That's another thing. Why would you still fight at 57? Is that just the weight you're built for?
Because I'm a fucking midget.
Is that the weight you're built for?
Because I'm a midget.
What's a midget? How tall are you?
5'7".
Are you 5'7"?
Right, I call myself a midget. I'm not a midget.
I was going to say midget. That's not a midget.
But
shorter guy.
I'm 5'7". I used to fight at 60 or 59.
Right.
And I fought the likes of Liam Patel. I fought the likes of Anthony Deary, who's killing it at the moment, fighting for the WBC world title in a couple of weeks. That's the kind of guys I was fighting. These geezers are 6 foot.
Are they? Fighting it like, fuck.
So what do? Carry on fighting giants
Kick
or
him in the leg.
cut more weight? And it was, I got a dietitian for my last fight, Sean Aspinall, fucking brilliant nutritionist. Made weight. It was disgusting, but we did it.
Right.
And mate, I was strong at 57. And that's the new class that suits me.
Right. And you can do it, yeah. So.
If I fight any heavier, mate, I'm going to be like...
Oh, yeah.
But that's how I felt when I was fighting Liam Patel, right? Liam Patel's 6'1".
Yeah. That's massive, isn't it?
That geezer makes 58.
58, that's massive. That's freaky, isn't it? That's crazy.
So what do you do? Fight giants and have a size disadvantage and height?
Yeah.
Or go lighter? You have to.
Yeah, that's interesting because you're probably close in height. You are a bit shorter, Derek. I'm not bringing you down. But you're close to Derek, right? Who fights obviously way heavy. What does Derek fight? He said 77, 78 sort of thing,
That geezer fights between... He should get lighter, you fat shit.
Oh, he said that, Del, not me.
75 to about 81, 82.
Yeah, right.
Like, but he's a big banger, so he packs
So it's
punch.
different, yeah, right. Rules are a bit different, aren't they?
Yeah, but K1's a very different sport in terms of...
Cool, sorry, yeah, I'm forgetting that as well.
You need to kind of get stuck in and bang. Whereas like Thai, you can keep someone away from you for the whole fight and elbow the shit out of them. When you've got limbs that are like freakishly long, you can step in and throw the kicks a lot better and this, that and the other. Like Thai, height and reach is such an advantage.
Yeah, it is.
Like the amount of money I'd give to be 6 foot and still be the same weight. Like just have be skinnier and longer. Mate, I'd give all the money in the world to be that. Yeah, because mate, I'd be an animal.
Right.
Because people wouldn't be able to get near me. Like Liberty, you can't get near that geezer. He's UK number 1. Well, was UK number 1, but he's been living in Thailand, so I think he's been removed for inactivity.
Okay.
No one can touch him.
Right.
No one can touch him. He'll come out of fights unscathed.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
But he's not a power puncher. He wouldn't come forward and knock you out. But mate, you can't touch the geezer. You can't touch him.
Yeah.
That's because of his height.
Because his length. But that's interesting. I asked you this the other night, but I'll ask you on here anyway. Like when I said to you, because of your reaction more than anything, is why I'm asking you again. It's like when I said, you got any interest in fighting MMA or other martial arts?
Muay Thai is home.
Okay.
That's it's all I've ever known. It's all I'll ever know. I've done Jiu Jitsu. I enjoyed it.
Oh, you did do Jiu Jitsu?
I did one lesson.
Oh, one. Okay.
One
right.
lesson.
I thought you were going to tell me.
But for me, it's like, like if I go and do Jiu Jitsu, that means I can't hit pads with the boys later. Like in here, like this is home. I love my routine. I don't know whether that's an autistic.
You're like a
trait
little old man before you're old, mate.
Mate,
You know what I mean? Likes a cup of tea on the evenings.
Don't take me away from my pad sessions and my sparring sessions. Like sparring session down here once a week on a Wednesday. My favourite night of the week.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked you mostly, where it came to mind originally, is because of what's on your shirt. You got Boxing Hub. Is it MMA Hub or Mixed Martial Arts Hub? Same thing essentially, but
yeah, it's the same thing. I started the Mixed Martial Arts Hub because obviously you can collab with more than.
Yep.
At the time, you could only collab with 2 people. But I had this is where Instagram's 5 now. It used to be 1.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Let's get it to 10, shall we? That'll help me out.
Because that was sick.
Yeah.
And I was going to these fight shows, and I was like, technically, MMA is a bit of everything.
Right.
So I was like, I can post Thai and MMA.
Of course you can, yeah.
And MMA was it's a bigger name, the sport in general. So I was like, I reckon the MMA page will end up actually maybe being bigger than the Thai page.
Is it?
No.
No.
But it's got 7,000 followers. So it's doing all right. The Thai page is on 20,000.
Oh.
So
okay.
But I think that's because of the reputation that I have backing it.
Right.
Everyone knows it's me that's running it.
Because you're a Thai fighter.
Yeah.
But that's to a point, right? Once it grows big enough,
most of the shows I go to is probably Thai anyway.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But I was going to shows like CFS at the time. They had K1, Thai and boxing. And I was always a Thai fan, but I was there and I was interviewing the boxers. So I was like, I might as well just make the boxing
right
as well. And Instagram, you can have more than one account.
Yep.
So then I made a K1 account, Thai, then a boxing account, then an MMA, because I was like, oh, MMA actually, you can do a bit of everything. And then it just took off, mate. Took off, and then I started doing the content. I was a Sparky, used to be a Sparky. I hated it. I hated working. I hated someone going, you need to be on a building site at 7 in the morning, freezing your ass off. You need to be doing that. You need to be fucking zipping up zip ties. I hated it, and I've always, forgive me if I offend anyone, I've always just thought I'm better than this.
Yep.
And that's not a big-headed way. I can't live like that.
Right.
Can't live like that. I've gone from the highs of the high. I've main evented at the O2, and then I'll be back at the fucking building site on Monday.
Yeah.
Freezing my ass off. Like, you go from a high like that to a low like that.
And it's nothing wrong with that, but if you don't like it, there's a lot wrong with that, because there's more to life, isn't there?
It killed me. Yeah. Absolutely killed me, and I couldn't live like it.
Yeah.
So I worked my arse off to make those pages as good as they could be, to learn how to interview people, discuss, be a people person, shake hands at shows. And then I finally got the job offer I wanted for a company that I don't work for now, was streaming shows. And I was on a salary. Yeah. And the rest is history.
Right. And that's once you're on money coming in for doing what you love,
that's what
you're on the way.
Because it was like, oh, you've got to earn money. So.
Well, that's the thing. I tell you, what would be an interesting question for you as well. Actually, like when you're coaching and fighting, especially as a smaller guy. Not. I'm trying to say, oh, you're small, but like if you was 100 kilos holding pads for people, it's a different proposition than being the size you are, right? Like that takes away from your fighting, I would imagine, and not necessarily the fight, but like it's hard to train for a fight and hold pads for people. So when you've got something else coming in, that's got to be a game changer, isn't it?
I don't know any different.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the honest answer.
Right.
I've been holding pads since I was 11. So
yeah. Okay.
I've always had the big boys. I've always learnt how to hold pads for bigger lads. I was like when I was 14, 15, I was the only kid left standing from my generation.
Right.
In the gym kind of thing. So I was training with the adults.
Yeah.
It was learn to swim or sink.
Yeah.
So I just learnt how to hold pads. And then I started teaching the kids class to pay for my membership. Wow. So that's how I got involved with the teaching.
You really loved it. Yeah, you got to really love it.
But I had to. Like, my mum and dad were like, if you want to carry on doing it, you've got to make it work. So I used to run to the gym, walk home, teach the kids class to pay for my membership.
Damn.
Like, and I made it work. I wanted it that badly because I wanted to be different. I had to be different. I had to
Because
break
most kids that age would do that for a few months and then like, fuck this, right?
I had to break that generational curse of being fat and not having any sporting achievements. Like, it sounds really horrible to my family. I apologise for that. But like, no one in my family has ever done what I did.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. You don't come from a Muay Thai family, do you?
No, I'm not like I'm not Conor Benn's son.
Right.
Nigel Ben, sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't got that fucking father figure that introduced me to it. Like, it was me.
Yeah.
It was just me. Running alone at night, running alone in the morning, fucking hitting pads, hitting the bag when no one else was around. That's all I've ever known. And like going back to the pads where I know I just dove off from that subject.
No, but it's good, yeah.
But I had to do it.
Mate, you're inspiring me. I tell you what, I feel like I want to eat 6 eggs and go for a run after this. And also, I'm going to be messaging you constantly. When's your next fight, Joe? When's your next fight? You can't leave it here, mate.
But that's why, and that's another reason why I only fight once a year.
Right.
Because when I do, everyone goes. Like, it's not very often I fight. So when I do fight, I clear up, mate. I do a lot of tickets.
Well, I'm going to have a session with you. I'll say this on camera, so I'm committed to it. I'm definitely coming down for a session with you. As we sit here, obviously this will come out later, but as we sit here, this weekend I'm going to do a seminar with Liam Harrison down in Chichester. I think it's Chichester, if I'm wrong.
One of the goats.
Hit and lift, yeah, great. I've seen him fight live. I've seen Haggerty fight live. Had the pleasure of doing a seminar with Haggerty, the whole deal. I really like Muay Thai. As I said, Muay Thai was actually the first martial art I ever did. I've never fought other than a couple of inter clubs because I think I was too young to fight from memory, going back. But like, I enjoy Muay Thai, and especially now because I've got no ambition to fight as a Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah, of course.
It's playful for me. Do you know what I mean? It's funny. If me and you, not funny. I don't mean it. I take it serious.
Pressure.
Right, exactly. I take it serious. I'm not fucking
pressure
around. When I
That's
train,
why
I'm training.
When I went up to your world.
Yeah. Right.
I fucked about, man.
There's no pressure,
yeah,
right?
I'm not having a jiu-jitsu fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Right.
So I was like, man, this is fun to me.
Because my point with that is like, I train hard, don't get me wrong. I would never go into a gym and be, I'm fucking around. I train serious, of course, but where I've got no ambition, it's like, it's for free, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like,
And
it
also,
doesn't matter.
if you're not enjoying it, why the fuck are you doing
Right,
it?
exactly. I like the hardness of it because, again, for anyone who's ever done it, like getting kicked in the head's humbling, isn't it? Kicked in the leg, sorry, forget head. Kicked in the leg, even more so than
Being
head.
it in general.
Yeah, being hit, but with kicks, with knees, all that kind of stuff, when people are throwing things, you go, whoa, okay.
There are so many people, this is dive off slightly, but there's so many people out there, and you'll relate to me on this, where you go, you can tell someone's not been smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, for sure, of course you can.
I can tell you've been punched in the head before, right? And that's not...
I used to be prettier than this guy, I promise.
But you're a humble bloke, and you're respectful, and you're nice, and you say hello to everyone that you meet. You don't judge people, this, that, and the other. And I'm the same, mate. I've been humbled a lot in my career.
Of course you have, yeah.
And you won't see me starting on people in the street. I couldn't think of anything worse.
And you can always find it too. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you're aware of Daniel Terry fight team. Daniel Terry,
his son is an animal, by the way.
Right. I've known. I used to teach his son a little bit of jiu-jitsu back in or wrestling. He used to come to a wrestling class I taught years ago when he was like 9. Great guys. Daniel Terry, I've known for I don't know how long, 10, 12 years. But I've been up there a couple of times sparring with them on Daniel Terry fight team and that. And like, what's interesting about that is because I go to a class where most of the kids, well, I say most, I think every single one is a teenager. And some of them like 14, 15-year-old teenagers. So I get in there and I'm privileged to be allowed to go and have a move around with them and whatnot. But you know what it's like, you're moving around, you'll know this way better than me. But I'm moving around, I'm trying things out. Because they're not grown men, I'm thinking, yeah, they're not going to blast me in the face. I can sort of be a bit more tricky and play my game. But some of the kids up there, you know, they start laying that leg kick on you, go, whatever, yeah, cool. 3 or 4 of them go, you go, it ain't so cool anymore. Fuck, I better not be so tricky and get back to basics, which is all. But I tell you, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. The reason I brought this up originally with the Liam Harrison thing was I was at one championship out in the States. I saw him and Haggerty fight on the same card. There was a little guy, John Lineker. Do you know John Lineker?
Yeah, John Lineker.
He fought in the UFC, and then he did a Muay Thai fight in the gloves. And he's a tank of a man. Because the guy he was fighting, I forget
that boy's
his name.
got hands, isn't he?
Mate, well, I forget the guy he was fighting, but the guy was obviously a lot more technically sound than him. Muay Thai, but it was like bringing like a potato gun. You remember the old spud guns to like a real gunfight, and it was like the guy just couldn't hurt him. Basically, he's built like a tank, and he was throwing shots. He ended up stopping the guy. But great show. Do you ever got any ambition of fighting on one championship? Because that's where the money's at, right?
This is a massive topic, and I've actually had... And
if you don't want to talk about it, I'm fine too.
I've had debates with Liam himself over this.
Harrison.
Yeah, Liam actually... We kind of had a little bit of a bicker argument over it.
Okay.
I'm a lover of pure Muay Thai, like lover of traditional 5-round Muay Thai, big gloves, having the art and technique about it. But it's still fucking brutal. You're still getting knockouts. You still get... Whereas obviously one championships, the 4-ounce glove fights, a lot more money, But to me, it takes away the real art of Muay Thai. You've got MMA guys coming over to Muay Thai, and because they've got that dog in them, or like the Russians, for example. I always use it at Pakon, a legendary Muay Thai fighter, technically unbelievable, one of the best fighters of the generation. Actually, I think fought Liam Harrison himself.
Okay.
Pakon went in there, fought a Russian that nobody had ever heard of, but had good hands. The Russian knocked him out.
Right.
It's like giving knuckle dusters as an advantage to a boxer.
But I tell you what's also interesting about that. I agree with what you're saying, but I think another element that people don't talk about as much is it's in a cage. That's different to a ring, man. If you've ever sparred in a cage versus sparred in a ring, I've never fought in a cage. I've fought in a ring, obviously, and I've never and whatever. But like, if you're in a cage sparring, it's different. Now, there's advantages, pros and cons. I like it more, to be fair. But the ring, because of takedowns and whatnot, right? But like with the ring, it's a different. What would you call it? Arena, if you like.
I use the ropes. I love using it.
But the shape of it too. You can corner someone in a ring. You can't corner someone as. I mean, there's arguments.
You can pin them down, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. There's different ways to do it and whatnot. But like the cage is a completely different thing. Is that part of the reason as well? Where it's killing the Muay Thai? Do you think?
No. Like you've got one Lumpini.
Right.
Obviously, that's in the ring as well.
Yeah.
That's in the actual ring, and that's in Lumpini Stadium.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's fucking fair play. They're paying fighters amazing money. Like, that's incredible, and I wish them all the best for that and to carry on. I am not, like, we go back to, I'm not a big banger.
Right.
I don't have overhands that's going to knock people out and stuff like that. I'm a technical fighter that loves sweeping people and putting them on their arse and winding them up, smiling, doing a good sweep, landing on a nice head kick. Why would I fight? I've done it. I'm not doing it again unless the money's fucking good. I'm not fighting in MMA clubs.
Did you win in your MMA fight?
Yeah.
Mate, the retire undefeated, like K1.
But why would I, like I said, it's like giving my opponent knuckle dusters.
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
Why would I fight at a disadvantage? Like, I think it ruins a kicker's fight, if you get what I mean. And it takes away from the art of Muay Thai, because now guys aren't worrying about how good they look. They're worrying about throwing at, landing that right overhand and knocking them out.
That makes sense, yeah.
So but then again, I admire one. I massively admire one for what they're doing in terms of paying people. They're literally changing people's lives, and fair play to them. But I just love.
It's just not for you.
I love Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I love proper Muay Thai.
That's interesting. Yeah. I think it's a good, fair answer and a good answer, because a lot of people just like to go, the new thing's the new trend. Let's fucking do it. But like Liam Harrison's obviously a Muay Thai champion in traditional Muay Thai. He's fought in 1-2, and you had a bit of back and forth, which we don't have to get into. But like he's got a very particular style. I'm sure you've seen him up close, way more than I have.
He's a Muay Book, which is an aggressive fighter.
Yep.
Hands heavy low kicks, hands heavy.
Yep.
Liam's got the punching to back up those 4-ounce gloves.
Right.
So that fair play to him. He fucking suits one championship.
Yeah. Because I've seen him. I saw the fight, but I was actually lucky enough. I say lucky enough. I really blagged my way into the open workouts out there in the States as well. And like when you see it up close, like he's not a big guy, Liam, is he? Do you know what I mean? But he's like when you see him hit the pads, like the power on him, like he's built for like explosion, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
That's what we spoke about earlier.
Right.
You know, the 100%.
Yeah.
He's not half-arsing anything
Nothing,
he does.
ever. Even like the jabs are like, and like digs
venom.
everything in, like really, really vicious. And like again, when I say up close, I'm literally at certain points, like you're walking around, it's an open workout, and you're walking there. I would have been 10 foot away probably at certain points watching him kick them pads, and like you wouldn't want to
He's hitting them like
up.
his life depends on it.
Man.
And he's another one, like we were saying earlier, regarding what I was saying to people. That geezer will fight anyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's always been like that since he was a kid.
Yeah, and he's another one who's retired a few times and he ain't come back. Or at least
I
once.
can't even remember, mate. He's had so many fights.
Yeah.
I think he's had every injury under the sun. And mate, like I said, he's the GOAT of the UK.
Yeah, is he?
Because
Okay.
that geezer has knocked everyone out.
Right.
I think he's done, he's fought Sanchai twice. I think he lost both of them, but I think the second one he almost beat him. To almost beat Sanchai, that's
three
fucking
times.
unheard of.
He's fought him 3 times.
Yeah,
he's fought him 3 times.
So almost beat Sanchai, that's fucking unheard of.
Yeah.
Like that's like mental.
Is Sanchai the GOAT, by the way?
Yeah.
He is, yeah. Because I tell you what, I love watching him. I tell you, this is going to sound weird on it.
He's who I admire.
I love watching him shadow
You
box.
wouldn't get Sanchai fighting 4-ounce
No.
gloves on one, I don't think.
He fought bare knuckle though, didn't he, against Borkow?
Yeah, that's
but was that a real fight? I'm not saying it wasn't.
I think that was an
They're
expedition.
pals, right? So yeah.
They're completely different weight classes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and they're pals, aren't they? So they kind of do the thing. But why I said it sound weird is I like watching him on Instagram. He does a lot of shadow boxing. just the way it just looks, for lack of a better way of putting it, it looks beautiful, right? The way he moves in a very unique way, and he does things. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to train with him or do a seminar with him or anything like that.
No, I haven't actually. I admire the bloke massively.
Yeah, because he did a seminar in Woking of all places recently.
Yeah,
didn't he?
I wasn't available on that day. I had to go to a show.
I didn't know it was happening until after. I would have definitely gone for that because that's my new thing at the moment, guys. So if there's anyone that knows of any seminars of any art, just let me know because I'm diving into all of them at the moment. Like I'm just. There's not. I booked 2. This is how stupid I've been lately. I booked 2 jiu-jitsu seminars on the same day at different locations, so I can't do both. So schoolboy error. That didn't think that one through, did I? Too keen for that one. But yeah, like going forward with all your channels and stuff like that. I'm assuming from what you're saying, that's sort of where your mind's at the moment.
So at the moment, Payback TV, Ronin Fighting Championships. I help promote Ronin now as well. So I've got into promoting as well.
What's Ronin? Is Ronin mixed rules as well?
So Ronin is boxing, K1, and Muay Thai currently.
Yep.
Obviously, we're open to stuff like MMA and stuff like that. But Ronin is a brand that we're growing, and it's quickly being noticed now as one of the best shows in the country.
No, everyone seems to say again, I've never been at one, but everyone seems to say like good things about it and stuff because that's not, yourself at shows, we've spoke off camera, that's not always the case.
Reputation means a lot, and Ronin has a fucking brilliant reputation. It looks after the fighters, they pay them well, and we put on fights that people actually want to see.
Right.
That's what makes the difference, I believe.
Well, I think the biggest thing as well, we've all obviously pay, obviously being nice, being all that, but the biggest thing of anything with shows has got to always be, for me, fair fights, right? We don't want to see someone in there with you who's having his fucking first fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to see someone in there getting kicked in the head. Not that listen, of course we want to see knockouts, don't get me wrong, but in a fair fight, right? If I kick you in the head, I've earned it, not because I'm just like...
It's not luck.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're not up to it, you're not a fighter and you shouldn't be in there because you see it too much. Too often it happens when you see people that are having their first fight after training for a month against someone who's fought before. That's not on to me, and that'll never be okay, and I don't like it, you know what I mean? And I'm not to sound like I'm standing on some moral high ground or something, but like, this ain't football, man. That's wrong to me, do you know what I mean? And there was one recently, you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't like that, but whatever. Like, you know, moving forward with your shows and stuff like that, you've got what? How many channels did you say? MMA Hub, Boxing Hub?
MMA Hub, Boxing Hub, Muay Thai Hub, Kickboxing Hub, my own personal, Payback TV, Ronin. Yeah, and they've all got their own TikToks, they've all got their own YouTubes, Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm a busy boy, but I love fighting.
Yep.
I love meeting people. I wouldn't have met you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep.
I wouldn't have met any of the guys down here. Like, this is my home.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine my life without it. And I've got martial arts to thank for that.
Right,
if you get what I mean? My career is martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally, I'm paid a salary for martial arts. Like, if you told me that as a kid, I would have laughed at your face.
Right.
If you told me that when I was 16, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
Because I always thought I was destined to have that fucking hard-working, labouring job. I always thought I was going to have it, and I just one day just thought, fuck this, I can't do it anymore. And I worked my ass off to get to where I am now.
Boom. I think that's a great place to leave it, mate. But I really appreciate you, mate.
Thank
As
you
with so many people I've been meeting recently, we're going to see each other loads over the years at various places. Hopefully we'll do this again. I've said it on here, I'm coming down for a session with you. You can like kick me in the face if you like, as long as it gets views. But as I say, really appreciate you, mate. Before I let you go, most important question of the day, and I've had 2 back-to-back right answers on this one, so please keep the run going. Which football team you support?
Chelsea.
3 in a row, my guy.
Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea. World champions now. You can't say nothing to me. Always finish with a fist up like this, mate. Squeeze the neck. Boom.